Assalamu alaikum. How are you all? I hope all of you are well. I am Rizwana Mukhtar, lecturer, Department of Physics, Milestone College. Today I am going to start a new chapter. Dear students, today is the first class of thermodynamics, which is the first chapter of your second paper book. Thermodynamics is a branch of physics where we discussed about the relation of heat with energy and work. So, let's start our today's lecture. Our first topic of discussion is heat. You all have a concept about heat. Heat is a kind of energy. And why heat is an energy? Because with the help of heat we can do work. So we can say that heat is a kind of energy which gives us the sensation of hotness or coldness. And the unit of heat is heat, and the unit of energy is same, that is joule. In earlier period, the unit of heat was considered as calorie, and the relation between joule and calorie is 1 calorie equal to 4.2 joule. Temperature. Actually, temperature is the indicator which indicates that in which direction heat will flow. We can say that temperature is such a thermal condition of a body which determines whether the body will receive or give up heat when it comes in contact with another body. Now, the system unit of temperature is Kelvin. Is Kelvin. Our next topic is thermal equilibrium. We have already discussed about the heat and temperature. So, you know that whenever two bodies of different temperature come in contact, then the heat from hot body will transfer to the cold body. So, if two bodies remain in contact for some time, then after some time, if you measure the temperature, then you can see the temperature of both body become same, and this is known as the equilibrium position. So we can say that when the two body of different temperature come in contact and the temperature of these two different body becomes same, that condition is known as the equilibrium position or thermal equilibrium. Our next topic is zeroth law of thermodynamics. Here you can see that I draw a diagram. Here A, B and C. This indicates three different temperature bodies. And you can see that A and B are separated by a wall, by a bad conducting wall. That means there will be no exchange of heat between A and B. And these two bodies are in contact with a third body. So after some time, when A and B will become the thermal equilibrium condition with body C, and after that if we remove the wall from A and B, then it will be observed that there is no change in temperature of A and B. So we can say that if two bodies are in thermal equilibrium position with third body, then these two body must be in thermal equilibrium position with each other, and this is known as the zeroth law of thermodynamics. You can see there's a thermometer. Actually, on the basis of zeroth law, thermometers are produced, but we can't produce thermometer with any substance. To make a thermometer, some special property of matter are needed, which are considered as the thermometric properties. Actually, with the change of temperature, some physical properties of matter change uniformly, and these properties are known as the thermometric properties of matter. You all have seen the Fahrenheit thermometer, and in that thermometer there's a red line inside the thermometer, and with the increase of temperature of our body, this red line increase uniformly, and if the temperature decreased, then the red line decreased. So here's the red mark is the height of mercury column. Actually in Fahrenheit thermometer, mercury is used as the thermometric substance, and the height of the mercury is considered as the thermometric property. So we can say that the property which change uniformly with the change of temperature of a matter is called thermometric properties. A thermometer we consider two fixed points. One is lower fixed point, one is lower fixed point, and another one is higher fixed point. Standard pressure at temperature when pure ice starts to melt or pure water starts to become ice is known as the lower fixed point. So another name of lower fixed point is freezing point or ice point. And you can see that the value of lower fixed point is 0 degrees Celsius, but if we take the measurement through a Fahrenheit scale, then the value will be 32 degree Fahrenheit, and in Kelvin scale this value will be 273 Kelvin. Now the higher fixed point. Higher fixed point means at standard pressure at the temperature when pure boiling water starts to become water vapor, and that temperature is considered as the higher fixed point. And the another name of higher fixed point is steam point or boiling point. And here you can see that the value of higher fixed point in Celsius, but in Fahrenheit scale the value will be 212 degree Fahrenheit, where in Kelvin scale this value will be 373 Kelvin. Diagram you can see that there is a gap between lower fixed point to higher fixed point, and this gap is considered as the fundamental interval of thermometer. You can see that in Celsius scale the fundamental difference is 100 degree, in Kelvin scale the difference is also 100 degree, but in Fahrenheit scale the difference between the lower fixed point and to upper fixed point is 180 degree. And there is a relation among Celsius, Fahrenheit and Kelvin scale which you have already learned in class 9-10. The relation among Celsius, Fahrenheit and Kelvin scale which you have already learned, and the equation was C by 5 is equal to F minus 32 by 9 is equal to K minus 273 by 5. This equation you have already learned about it. Topic of discussion is principle of thermometry on the basis of one fixed point and principle of thermometry on the basis of two fixed point. Here you can see that in that thermometer, Celsius, Fahrenheit or Kelvin scale thermometer, we consider two fixed point, lower fixed point, higher fixed point. But there another type of thermometer where only one fixed point is considered, and in that thermometer triple point of water is considered as the fixed point. So firstly we need to know what is the triple point of water. Fixed point is the much practiced way of measuring temperature, but scientists faced many difficulties because to achieve the equilibrium position of icing point and boiling point at the same time is really difficult, and with the change of slight of temperature this point is changed. International Committee of Weight and Measurement decide to take one fixed point to measure the temperature, and they consider the triple point of water as the fixed point. So what is the triple point of water? Standard pressure, the temperature at which water can remain its three states, solid, liquid and gaseous, is considered as the triple point of water, and the value of triple point water in Kelvin scale is 273.16 Kelvin, and this value is considered as the fixed point to measure on the principle of thermometry on the basis of one fixed point. The value of thermometric property is X, and the temperature let's consider the value of temperature is T. Now that with the change of temperature the value of thermometric property will change uniformly, so we can write that T is proportional to X. That means T is equal to AX. Here A is a constant. So we can write that A is equal to T by X. Now if you consider two temperature, so we can write this formula in the way is T1 by X1 is equal to T2 by X2. At triple point of water, if the value of thermometric property is XTR, so we can write this equation in the way T by X is equal to 273.16 divided by XTR. At triple point of water, if the value of thermometric property is XTR, we can consider that at T temperature the thermometric property is X. So we can write this equation in the way T is equal to 273.16 into X by XTR Kelvin. Formula for one fixed point is T is equal to 273.16 into X by XTR Kelvin. But if we use mercury thermometer, so in case of mercury thermometer, this formula will be T is equal to 273.16 into L by LTR. Why L? Because in mercury, the length of mercury is considered as the thermometric property. So, instead of X in mercury thermometer, we will use L. Now, in case of resistance thermometer, this formula will be T is equal to 273.16 into R by RTR. Why R? Because in resistance thermometer, resistance is considered as the thermometric property. So, instead of X, we used R. The principle of thermometry on the basis of two fixed points. Steam and ice point value of thermometric property are X stream and X ice. We know that with the change of temperature, the change of thermometric property is proportional. So, we can write that X steam minus X ice proportional to 100 minus 0. Steam means 100 degree and icing point means 0 degree. As X steam minus X ice is equal to proportional sign, then you know that we can consider a constant value, and that constant value is K. Now put it as equation 1. Now if at theta degree Celsius temperature, value of thermometric property is X theta, then in the same way we can write that X theta minus X ice proportional to theta minus 0, or X theta minus X ice is equal to K theta. Put it as equation 2. Now if we divide equation 2 by equation 1, then we can get X theta minus X ice divided by X steam minus X ice is equal to K theta by 100K. Here K and K cancel. So we can write this equation is theta is equal to x theta minus x ice by x steam minus x ice into 100 degrees Celsius, and this formula is used for two fixed point to measure the temperature. For the two fixed point, we get the formula is theta is equal to x theta minus x ice by x steam minus x ice into 100 degrees Celsius. Now, in case of resistance thermometer, this formula will be theta is equal to theta minus R naught. R naught means icing point, that is 0 degrees Celsius. So instead of ice we can write R naught, and instead of steam point we can write R 100 minus R naught into 100 degrees Celsius. Now, if we consider the mercury thermometer, then this formula will be theta is equal to L theta minus L naught divided by L 100 minus L naught into 100 degrees Celsius, as length of mercury is the thermometric property. In the similar way, if we consider constant volume thermometer, then this equation will be, in constant volume thermometer there will be the change of pressure. So the equation will be P theta minus P naught divided by P 100 minus P naught into 100 degrees Celsius. And in constant pressure temperature, at constant pressure thermometer, the equation will be theta is equal to, as pressure is constant, that means volume will change. So V theta minus V naught divided by V 100 minus V naught into 100 degrees Celsius. So if you remember, we are going to solve two mathematical problems. Our first question is, if the resistance of a certain resistance thermometer at a triple point of water is 32.316 ohm and at the boiling point of a liquid is 27.316 ohm, find the boiling point of liquid. You can see that the given information for resistance at the triple point of water is given here 32.316. So we can write that TR is equal to 32.316 ohm. Now the temperature, the resistance at boiling point is given here 27.316. So the value of R is 27.316 ohm, and we have to calculate the temperature of liquid at the boiling point, and we can denote it by capital T. So capital T is equal to what? And we know that the formula to measure the temperature for one fixed point is T is equal to 273.16 into R by R TR, as we are considering a resistance thermometer. So here the given informations are value of R is 27.316, the value of RTR is 32.316, and after calculating it you will get the result 230.9 Kelvin, and this is the answer of question number 1. Second question is, the resistance of a certain resistance thermometer at 0 degree Celsius and 100 degree Celsius are respectively 8 ohm and 20 ohm. When it is placed in a liquid, the resistance is found to be 32 ohm. Find the temperature of the liquid. So here the given informations are the resistance at 0 degree Celsius and 100 degree Celsius 8 ohm, 20 ohm. So we can write that resistance at 100 degree Celsius, or the value of R100 is equal to 20 ohm. Next, resistance at 0 degree Celsius. Resistance at 0 degree Celsius is 8 ohm. So the value of R0 is given 8 ohm. Now resistance at theta degree Celsius, or resistance in the liquid, is given here 32 ohm. So we can write R theta is equal to 32 ohm. Now we have to calculate the temperature of the liquid. That means temperature of liquid theta is equal to what? And to R theta minus R0 by R100 minus R0 into 100. So here the value of R theta is 32, R0 is 8, R100 is given 20 minus 8 into 100. And after calculating it, you will get the answer 200 degree Celsius. And this is the answer of question number 2. That's all for today. Thank you for being with me. Stay home, stay safe.